Hello everyone, my name is Tamara Lambert and this is my presentation on Hot Button Behavior Plan. Childhood is a unique and vulnerable stage in the human life cycle. Our paramount responsibility is to provide care and education in settings that are safe, healthy, nurturing, and responsive for each child. Here's a list of my code of ethics and child rights. Code of Ethics: prioritize the safety and well-being of my students. Appreciate and respect the individuality of each child. Respect and celebrate language, culture, and religion of the children, families, and co-workers within my classroom. Provide a curriculum that meets the educational needs of each child. Create meaningful relationships with students, families, and community. Provide an equitable classroom environment that encourages respect and honors diversity. Child rights: all children will be safe and free from physical, verbal, and mental abuse and/or harm. All children will be treated with respect. All children will be given the right to an equitable education. Here is a list of my personal hot buttons. To the left, I uploaded the hot buttons plan that was given. My hot buttons, the 3 behaviors: screaming no, aggressive behavior, and refusing to participate and becoming disruptive. My emotions when these behaviors become apparent are I become frustrated, worried, and disappointed. Frustration can come from in the moment, from my inability to quickly think on my feet, or for the child just not cooperating in the situation. Worried about the child's safety, the other children's safety, or that I won't be able to resolve the problem. And disappointed in the behavior that's happening, that I wasn't able to create an environment that would prevent the behavior from happening, and maybe disappointed in how the behavior came about and how the reaction time was to this behavior. How it impacts relationships. In those moments, I become frustrated with the child, and in this moment, I decide to stop. I'll validate the child's feelings and encourage conversation in a calm manner. I become hyper-focused on the moment and the ones that follow, causing worry. So in that moment, I might become very, very worried about the situation and then start to think in advance, okay, well, this could happen because this is happening. And in that moment, I like to stop, assess the situation, and move any children that could possibly get hurt away from the situation. Go over a few breathing exercises for both the child and myself. And then I like to feel sometimes in the moments when I do feel defeated or saddened by the situation, I like to find a way to reconnect with that child, and I like to build that child up and then offer that child a leadership role and encourage the child. And that kind of gives that child that sense of confidence that they are safe in that environment and that they have other options than to react in such a way. When we teach behavior in a way that is respectful and responsive, we show children that we care about them and want to help them become better people. So, before the behavior, I like to take a proactive approach. I like to find inner peace for teachers and a calming corner for the children. Before the behavior, I like to come up with a behavior plan, and I like to have that in motion. I personally prefer the zoning method. I like to focus on classroom organization and planning, curriculum, jobs, schedule. So everyone has a place that they're accountable for, teachers and children. I like to meet with my team members so that all teachers, we can work together to support the children. From the words of Benjamin Franklin, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So during the behavior, I like to assess the situation and clear for safety. I like to look for any visible root cause that could be around, or maybe a child that was interacting with a child who is showing that they are in distress. I like to take a deep breath. And then after that, I like to make sure I get in there and validate the child's feelings. Offer the child a safe place for reflection, such as a calming corner. Give the child a choice of when and where to address the situation. Sometimes a child does not want to go to a calming corner, and I would like to give the child a choice. Would you like to gather your feelings here, or would you like to have that take place in the calming corner? So they feel like they are in charge of that situation, although I'm only giving them 2 choices. Offer choices for resolution if the child is in a receptive state. So that means when that child is calm, or if they're able to give feedback, ask them, are you ready to sit and collaborate with me and maybe talk about a way we could have solved this problem without an explosive reaction? Respect the child might need time to cool down before any of these steps can take place. If a child has flipped their lid and they are not able to come to a solution or calm their body, that's okay. And they need to know that is completely okay. Give them their time. And in that moment, when they're calming their bodies, it's a great time for teachers and team members to also take that moment. And once everybody is calm, then we can go in, assess feelings, and come up with a plan. I fell in love with this technique that we learned in this course, and I actually started using this in my classroom, and it's called the turtle technique. The basic steps for the turtle technique are recognizing that you feel angry. Number 2, stop and think about what you are doing. 3, go in your shell, meaning go within, go inside of your body, your mind. Take a deep breath and think about each breath as you're taking them. Calm is a very hard concept for a child that doesn't understand what calm means. So instead of telling them to calm down, we need to teach them how to do that. And that's by stopping, going within, and taking those deep breaths until our heart is moved to a calm state and we can actually think clearly. Number 4, coming out of your shell, feeling clear-headed, relaxed. And at that time, you're able to find or think of ways to solve your problem. After the behavior, take 5. If it is possible, walk away from the situation. Have someone cover your shift. Take a few minutes, go to the bathroom, drink some water. I've even once splashed some cold water on my face. But if this isn't possible, because we are teachers and sometimes it is not possible to take that 5, we need to give ourselves the tools of how to do that while in a busy classroom. And that's going to look like taking a deep breath, giving yourself those verbal reassurances that you are okay, you are here, you are in control. Reflection. Reflect with yourself, reflect with the child, and then reflect with your colleagues. Reflection might look like this: a conversation and collaboration. Confide in your colleagues and or your director. It's okay to not have all the answers, so sometimes taking that time with our coworkers or someone who might have been in the room or a fresh set of eyes is a great way to come up with ideas and look at the situation from a different perspective. Journaling and documentation. Keeping records of what happened before, during, and after the situation. This continuation of journaling might help you find a root cause or a pattern and then go in there and help that child when maybe those behaviors come about, like a repeat behavior that keeps coming up and popping up in your classroom. And also, reflection might be taking that time to come up with an intervention plan if needed. During this course, we learned about an FBA plan. An FBA plan helps a teacher determine the cause of an unwanted behavior and helps assist in the process of formulating an intervention plan. An FBA intervention plan will help the student learn a new, more acceptable method of getting what he or she wants. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can be. This is by Rita Pierson, and this is one of my most absolutely favorite quotes. Thank you for watching my presentation. Here's a slide that shows my resources.